Hello, my name is Tom Flax, and this is my presentation for EDL854 Module 11, Gifts to Students or Staff. First part of the chapter talks about gifts to students, and there's two ways that we can give gifts to students. There can be gifts via fundraising incentives or awards for special achievement. For the fundraising incentives, obviously the gifts that are given need to be for those that participated in the fundraising event and also those who met the requirements that were set prior to the fundraising event. Those incentives would be paid for with the profit from the fundraising event. Some examples of this would be for my football team, we sell discount cards every year, and an incentive for selling a set number of cards is either a hoodie or a pullover at when it's we're done selling them all. Um, Students who or football players who sell enough cards will get a hoodie or a pullover, and it's a really nice incentive, and it generally gets kids out there selling as many cards as they can because they really like the hoodies and what they look like. Awards for special achievement, those things would be go to individuals or students, student groups to honor academic or athletic achievement. Obviously, things like medals, patches, or food like ice cream or pizza parties, and those things would be paid for through the general fund or athletic fund. Now we move along to gifts to staff members. These procedures need to be written down and coordinated by a committee. The committee needs to meet at least once a year to review these guidelines. There are three types of ways that this can happen. You can have special occasion gifts, fundraising gifts, and all staff gifts. Excuse me. All right, so special occasion gifts. Those would be for specific staff members, paid for with staff remembrance funds. Those would be like funds where staff members put in money at the beginning of the year. They maybe put in a few dollars each year or a few dollars a month, so that if there's a wedding or a baby shower or a retirement or something, that you can pull from that fund and you can get a gift from the staff that way. It maybe makes things a little easier because then you don't have to be asking for money throughout the year. You can, maybe do something at the beginning of the year where everybody puts in a few dollars and makes things pretty easy. Another way that staffs can get gifts is through fundraising. Similar to when a student fundraises, you can do it the same way for a staff member. Obviously, the staff member's got to participate in the fundraising event and meet a certain criteria, and the incentive would be, or the gift would be paid for with the profits of the fundraising event. And again, an example of this would be a gift certificate. All staff gifts, these are for all staff members. If some schools have staff vending machines in the student staff lounges, and those profits could help pay for the staff gifts. If the staff has does some fundraising efforts, or if something's donated through the PTA funds or a school community fund, then that's the way that you can pay for the gifts. Some of the gifts examples would be like a school T-shirt or a school sweater or something along those lines, coffee mug, lanyard, something, generally nothing too outrageously expensive, but something that's obviously is useful. There are also special efforts for specific students or staff members. These types of things are kind of tricky. you need to be talking to your district accounting department first and foremost to make sure that if you're going to do something for a student or staff member, that it is not only legal, but it would be, functional, and you need to really make sure you're covering your bases and talk to the accounting department first. You also need to possibly talk to a parent organization like a PTA for help. Maybe they can organize the event fundraiser for this specific student or staff member. If it is for a staff member, understand that any cash or cash equivalent that is given to the employee from the school is considered a taxable wage. Therefore, they're going to be taxed on it. Good practice is not to have these funds accounted for in your bookkeeping records or by your bookkeeping staff. That just makes it a little more simple. It'd be something probably better for you to go through like a PTA or a school community organization for help in those situations. In summary, I think the biggest things are to follow proper procedures and guidelines. If you have a new staff member, somebody that's not familiar with doing fundraisers, you need to make sure that they know the rules and guidelines. Then there needs to be accountability in following the guidelines, and make sure you're using proper judgment when it comes to gifts and prizes that are being given out. That's the last thing you need, is something that is questionable, a questionable incentive, a questionable gift, and you don't want to draw any more attention or negative attention to your school or school district in that way. Again, we're excited. School Money Matters, a handbook for principals. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you later.